This ain't no gang shit, this is a tribe. The option was make shit, or we gon' die. Now we be ballin', put that on my life. I'm up in the morning, but cash up at night. When that shit get boring, I go change your life. Stop with your snoring and go change your life. So I have something really important to say before we start. I did make a different style of video here, but the thing I forgot to tell you guys was like the video, but most importantly, post your watch list below. Okay, here, continue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, got your watch list coming into August 20th, 2019, and I'm gonna try something different here. I'm just gonna try to get straight to the point, make it quick and simple, go over the exact plays I have in mind, and briefly cover the keys because it pretty much this whole concept even relates to that. Why I'm saying gotta keep it quick, short, and sweet, because that's how this day might feel like. Even with what you saw here in the market and where it's positioned at, if I'm expecting more volatility, I think this is either going to be a slow melt up or a slow walk down, but I don't really think anything is going to happen this week. Now, the concept is it's better to be late and wrong, and the best part about me leaning towards this thesis is that the option price, the VIX, everything, they're all getting depressed. So even if a move starts to go in either direction, your calls and puts are going to be appropriately and cheaper priced than even if you tried to lead the move here with this volatility. And best of all, we are watching this every single day. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. And just like today, you know, nothing happened. We didn't make any trades. We took our profits on Palo Alto. That was a nice 1,000% trade. And then literally Disney happened right there at close. We got to take advantage of that. I'm going to talk about that play. Actually, where is it? This was a crazy thing. So make sure you guys are on stream, or at the very least, get your stream alerts and understand this is a recommendation for trading advice. Option trading is extremely risky. You can lose all, if not most of your money. But that was exciting, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, keys for tomorrow, icing the kicker, slow the game down. And that's what I think. You guys should slow the game down, but I even think politically and everything we're seeing now with the news going back and forth, this week I'm expecting this slow move up or down. It's kind of icing the kicker and letting each party see what's going to happen with the currencies, and now the bonds are starting to cool off. Let's see if this is going to be that cool down period. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, and it seems that the pace of news and volume is slowing down, especially even today. It was like 38 or 40 million, but we did see a weird drop here at close, but overall the volume was low. And the key about this close here today, there was news that came out right after hours, and it's going to lead to the place to watch: Apple, Facebook, all that. With some of the, I believe one of the attorney generals is moving forward with going against the tech companies, so you're going to see how those react. And again, some of the times that's happened, they've dropped and then bounced, so keep your eye out for that. But even today, when you guys even look at the chart, this was a big gap up. You know, what caused this, especially a low volume move? Again, you could see the volume is kind of the lowest we've seen in all of October. That was today, and it was the biggest move up on the lowest volume. And pretty much what happened, markets overseas showed they like stimulus, but we got to wait for that digestion. But the move here happened today with Germany saying, you know, they're foreseeing a crisis, and they said they're going to throw everything at it, and markets really like that. And again, we're going to respond to that as well. So like I'm saying, wait to see how the markets digest that and any other negative news, but sometimes bad news could be positive in the event that they're saying they're going to support the market. So watch for that, and that could even tell you a little bit about what's happening, but watch that. And then we also have Jackson Hole. That is the meeting of all the bankers, and Powell's going to be there and all that. It's just this nice little meeting, but it could bring about pretty much positive moves, and this is even partly why I'm saying nothing might happen. You might see reactions back and forth or people waiting, but it seems like mostly positive would come out of it. There's a Fed gag order, which was, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. So maybe something could be announced here at Jackson Hole. We got to see what happens with Powell. But even after that, something may be getting prepared. And again, what happened with Europe and what they did and how the markets responded, that could hint at something. And we saw what Trump tweeted today, too. He said the first time he mentioned QE for the markets, and after he was bashing Powell. But overall, the key, and this is what I think we're going to do, we didn't break it. And this would give me more of a, you know, thesis to say that we should probably, you know, we might see more volatility. And again, I think it's just going to play out as a different form of volatility. But this was that Friday gap down. We had the last high last Tuesday at 294, but it didn't break that today. So even though it gapped up, it stayed there, didn't go above there. So watch, because if it can't break above that, we're still fixed in this range, and that's not good, especially for volatility. But a little breaks above or below, which could happen this week, still might not lead to a big move. That's why, again, I'm anticipating not too much. So be patient. Like I said, it's better to be late than wrong. So watch out for that. That's all your keys for tomorrow. Now let's get straight to the plays. There's a few things I want to look at. Disney right off the bat. So we caught that one. We saw what happened. It went crazy at close, and this was because of a report. A whistleblower was saying that their earnings are substantially misrepresented, and now the thing is, this is a report, and like I said, this is just like the report that it's going back and forth. So why did the stock stock moves so big, people are running along the implications that the fact that the SEC is conducting interviews and going back and forth, it seems as if the SEC is now taking this seriously. And like I said earlier today, we caught it within 2 minutes. Here are the play we made. We got the August 133. So we got it right around there. We got it pretty quickly. I got the weekly 133, and then I got another one, which we're going to go over. But this is going to be interesting how it plays out. So they could see a reaction tomorrow. But overall, I'm leaning more towards this is negative until we get the SEC confirmation. You did hear some reports, Disney kind of clapped back saying that this lady has been disrespectful and rude in how she presented stuff. She's withdrawn claims. She got fired, yada, yada, yada. But watch out for that and then that's the same thing. I also want to look for time. So I reacted quickly because of the high volume, but I want to be careful for time because once the SEC does get involved and they do respond, that's where it's going to get interesting. So we played that one play, the 133. I like that play, but I was trying to sell out of it and roll over. And then we got the August 30th, 126 for $40. And this went up real quick after we bought it to like 86. I think it went higher on the ask, but I didn't sell it. Then it came down. But I'm going to be waiting for these to get cheaper. Pretty much my plan is going to be sell the weekly, hold the next week, and then aim for a September 20th. I want to wait, hopefully either in the morning or it's either going to gap up or down from where it's at here. Wait for it to make one of the moves, see the pricing. If it does make a big enough move to warrant a play in the morning, we'll grab it. If not, I'm going to wait throughout the middle of the day, maybe towards the end of the day to pick up another one and try to get. Somebody on stream said they got the 120. Shout out CoinFox. He said he got these at 20 cents. So again, now we're seeing a basis. I like those at 20 cents if you could get them there, or if you could get the same 126 for about 40 to 60 cents here. But anything, and again, 60 cents is kind of expensive. I know that 124s, 123s, you could probably get these in the $50 range. You could even see the large spreads, and that's what happens. The Septembers have a large spread, so I'm going to be eyeing anything between 120 and even 128. If you can get 130 for cheap, I'd take them, but they're probably going to hold a higher price above like 70, 80 bucks. I'm going to try to get $60 or lower on something below 128 and higher than 120. But even then, 120 is still a little out of the money, but those are the plays I'm going to be looking for. There's that. The next play I'm going to be looking for, I didn't get these, so these are plays. One of them I do have. I don't have these, but I've been eyeing them next week. And now this is anticipating if there is volatility and the market does start to turn. I think these will be good ones. I'm looking at the 107s or the 108s, 14 or 20 bucks. But the issue is these are next week. So if we could start to determine value stocks or anything are going to come down, I'm going to go for those, and I like those, but I don't own those yet. Next is going to be Starbucks. These ones I do own, and I'm using these as my own place marker. I grabbed these 105s for like 40 bucks. They dropped to 20 cents. So now I might want to spend another 30 or 40 and try to get the 103s. And if they do come down in value, I'll probably look to get even the 100s if we can't get these at like 40 or 50 cents. So I like those. And then lastly, Nvidia. This might be the only company I might be willing to play on the weekly if it does continue to go up. But the key with them is finding a contract $7 out the money for less than 60 bucks. So it's at 171. You could see these 180s are at 60, but that's about $9 away. Literally right before it had that crazy run up, we found the deal and it went away. But that's the thing. Wait till this comes down. Even watch with the morning strategy. That could be good. So I like Nvidia. And those are the plays. As far as the companies now, watch the antitrust, just Qualcomm, Amazon, Facebook, Apple. And then, well, I had Starbucks and FedEx there, but I'm going to watch these. Apple was leading down. We still have that short position on the calls I still have. So watch that one. And again, if things do develop, that could be good. The main one, I think, especially because it had the bad news earlier, and there was something about Twitter and Facebook deleting accounts even related to the Hong Kong stuff today. Watch Facebook. I think they're going to be the most vulnerable, but then watch anything with the chip makers. That's why I brought up Qualcomm and Apple. But then again, too, Amazon could also take a big one, and Amazon has performed very, very well out of them, too. I think it was Apple, but Amazon, the last few days, it's went up a lot. I think even Google, too. So keep your eye out for that. I like those. And then I'm still in those FedEx. They went up a little bit in the morning, and now they're down below, but I'm still down with this play. The key is now, as more time decays, yeah, we could average on the shorter term, but then I want to start averaging more on the Septembers and go towards there. But keep you guys updated on that. We talked about Disney. I like that. Then the next ones I want to watch, if the market does show volatility or it shows little movement, notice how much Roku went up today. It went up 3% when the market didn't move too much, but they could be good. And if it does start, even though it's been moving up a lot here, if it could kind of slow down like it has been those few days, even though it's at higher prices, these contracts might start to get cheap, but I like them. The next one I really, really like, I really wanted this today. I'm surprised it didn't go crazy after breaking 100 crowd. Only problem is they only have September plays, and even a spread 20% out of the money is still going to run you like $60, but it's a max return of like 500 or 600, which is not too bad. I'm going to hope for a bigger dip to take advantage of it. Give it one more day. Maybe we have one more chance with it, but I like it. I like crowd a lot, so make sure you guys stay tuned if we do get it. If anything, I will get it tomorrow or Wednesday. Wednesday is where I'm thinking I might make up more pickups, but again, we have to see what the market throws at us. Then there's beyond this, like I said, watch for a slow walk up. It didn't do much today. This is going to be both in the middle, but these, again, like any of these other plays, I think they have high reward in them. So you're running the opportunity cost of not playing them, but the high reward comes from the longer we wait, we wait, and if we're right, nothing happens, they're going to decay and they're going to get really cheap. So I like those. And then lastly, Palo Alto, we cashed out $50 to close out at like 500. Then I rolled over for another like $60 to the 180 for this week, but watch them maybe for a bounce play tomorrow. We'll see if the pain is over, but keep your eye out for them. And then lastly, Boeing and UNH. UNH, again, I wanted it from last week. I said, okay, it's kind of time it has to move, but now it's delayed for another week. It's holding up this spot. I think we might see something with healthcare, so keep your eyes out for that. And this might be some of the plays, again, why I'm willing to wait this week. I have spreads out till September on the volatility, and if things do go down, I liked how the UVXYs came, but I might look for a September or even October straddle on UNH with what it's doing here. We got to check the prices, but I like where it's at there. And then lastly, Boeing. It has to, just like this S&P has to break out the range, I'm looking for the same thing with Boeing. As you see, it's kind of right back to that 334 level, and no surprise there. That is where the company does have one of their buyback programs. So if pressure mounts and it drops, that'll be a good short. If not, though, if things do tick up and we see the support there could be a rip there. So I'm going to keep eyeballing that. And again, we still have those Septembers, but that is it, you guys. So make sure you post your watch list. Make sure you drop your like on the video. Make sure you're hydrated and ready to go tomorrow. It's game time, baby. Let me know what you guys think. You guys like it quick, simple, sweet? Again, some stuff might be left out, but come tomorrow on stream and we'll talk about it. But again, we have to see how China and the market and everything reacts. So I'll leave it there. Let's go.